News. Hyde Park, the best hood in Upland.
Hyde Park,
Got it locked from Blvd to Venice Ave.
Hyde Park,
So come round here with respect, or you might get a shuriken to your neck, or a roundhouse kick to the face. The ninjas don't play. Stacking the UPEX from all the treasure we're hunting. Dragons keep the properties coming. Newcomers get help and they love it. Giveaways all the time and we love it. UFC and NFL where we rumble. Race track in the hood got constructed. Hyde Park is stunning. If you don't agree, then you can go. The best hood in Upland. Yeah.
Hyde Park,
Got it locked from Blvd to Venice Ave.
Hyde Park,
So come round here with respect, or you might get a shuriken to your neck, or a roundhouse kick to the face. The ninjas don't play.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday stream. And today we got a fun one. We got a lot going on. We got Upland Gripes. So everybody can get out all their complaining and have a good rest of the week. And we got some fun stuff. Paris was released or is getting ready to release. So did you get to see any of that, Kale? It actually just happened a little bit ago.
Yeah, I was in a meeting. Excuse me. I was in a meeting and it came out, and I was trying to sift through it during the meeting. So
There was a lot in
got
there.
there was a lot packed in there, and man, we might have like a 4-hour stream today with everything we got to get through. We're gonna have to like rock and roll through this thing.
Speaking of which, I just left my coffee downstairs at the coffee maker. Darn it.
Here, if you share my screen before
Yeah.
you go, you can go get your coffee, and I can talk a little bit of Upland.
All right, let's see.
Hang on a second. There
Is
we
that
go.
okay? That is yours. I thought that was my other screen up. There we go.
We got Maui in the house, dopest crew, Laban eating bubble waffles. Like to
I
know
saw
how that
that. That
was.
was interesting. I've never seen a
I've
bubble waffle.
I have not either. That looked
I've seen
incredible.
funnel cones. It's different though, I think, right?
I think so. Not sure. Obi-Wan in the house, dopest crew. What's up, everybody? But yeah, did you want to run and go get your coffee real quick? Or are you just gonna suffer through?
I don't want to miss all this though. Hold on, let
I
me
was just
get
gonna talk
this.
about my Block Explorer I got and stuff.
Okay, go crazy. I'm gonna go grab it then.
All right, cool.
Because I'm jealous I didn't get one. I was teaching classes, and by the time I got out, they were gone. So I
Well,
missed.
you can skip this part.
I'll go back and watch the restream. All right, I'll be back.
All right, so while SC Kicker goes and gets his Ninjava, I was able to participate in the Block Explorer sale. That happened yesterday, I think, and man, I got really lucky because there was a like noon our time, and then I had to teach a class, and I typically sneak out and buy it real quick, but a good buddy of mine stopped in, and I was unable to. I just forgot, just totally forgot. It was like 1:30 before I remembered. I logged back in, and I was able to snag one. There was maybe 30 or 40 left, and ended up getting one of the rare gold ones, which I was s- pretty happy about. It's been a while since I've gotten lucky on one of these purchases, and almost got super lucky with the closer mint. I got the 24 of 25, but I was pretty pumped and happy with that one. So definitely felt good about that. We're gonna dive into Cody, Jimmy Jester. What's up? We're gonna get into the gripes here in just a minute. We're gonna briefly, as maybe some people coming in, uh, do a real quick run through of the Paris release, which just was announced. We'll run through that real quick. A couple other, let me start this while we're waiting on SC. Let's go at the Hyde Park Ninjas Discord, and we did some. Oh, that was quick.
Yeah. My house isn't that big. Took a little longer, but I do have Gen X knees, so
We were just making jokes about you while you were gone.
nice. All
Um,
right.
oh, Boy Dern in the house, Picasso, sweet. Um, good to see everybody. So yeah, I was just kind of I just showed my Block Explorer that I got, and then the Discord. We did some
Nice.
reconfiguring of the Discord as we're starting to grow, and we have more projects than just the Hyde Park node in Upland. We wanted to kind of organize and streamline the Discord. So you've got your welcome and rules here. Announcements is where we'll be posting the videos. Um, if you haven't done this already, go to Role Select. I have not been using them like I should, but I want to, so that I'm not pinging everyone every time. But we can, if you just want to be informed on like the videos and stuff, or just information, you can select which ones you want. If you're on the Spark train, you want to click the dragon. If you're on the UFC Pick'ems, click that one. The football for NFL, the car for racing, and the ninja for rumbles. And you'll get notified when we use those. So go make sure in Role Select you go there. And then we just added this today, the official links. Um, just keep them nice and consolidated, easy for you guys to find. We've got our official website, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. This email list right here is just a Google form, and I guess we'll just kind of talk about this real quick. So we are compiling an email list. If you want to jump in on that to stay up to date with the Hyde Park Ninja projects, our uh, upcoming project is the card game, and we are going to be running well, 99% sure we're going to be running a Kickstarter campaign for that, which we're really excited about. We're working with the Kickstarter team and a couple other teams to run that successfully. If you just want to stay up to date on that, if you'll fill out that email list, uh, it's like name, email. It has like address and phone number. You don't have to put that in there if you don't want to. Um, but anyway, yeah, would really appreciate if you guys would fill out that email list. If you did that, I know I put that up like 2 years ago and we haven't used it. I had maybe 15 names in there. If you filled that out previously, this is a new one. Just have it tied to something new. So sorry if you already did it. If you would do it again, that would be awesome. Um, and I'll have the Kickstarter links. We don't have the actual project launched yet on Kickstarter. We're a few months away from that, but I'll have that information up there whenever we get that going. The first part of of the Discord is for Upland specific. So we got the general where people enter, Dojo, main chat, Spark Train, UFC, NFL, the international holiday which we're working on, and racing. So kind of consolidated some things right there. Rumbles are next right here. And then we have our different projects. So the comic books, Heroes of Hyde, the card game, Hyde Park Heroes, the video game coming soon, random. I did put a buy sell trade in here. We never had one in our Discord, so if you guys are shilling anything, that would be the proper place. And then Java Coffee as well. So just a few updates to the Discord. Go check them out. Go find the socials and the links, and uh, yeah. So
And
I
on
think
that
that's all I.
international holiday link that we have too, because we're pretty well versed on the holidays, within the United States and the ones that we're, accustomed to. But if you guys put in holidays, anybody that would be like interested or willing to come on and talk about that at those times would be awesome because that would help definitely educate us on it. And people are going to get a much clearer picture of what the holidays are coming from someone that knows what they're talking about. So rather than have us speculate on what we think that holiday is. So
Yeah, that would be helpful. That would be awesome. Um, You want to do a quick dive into the Paris before we get into our uh, constructive griping session?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, there was a lot of really cool stuff that came out, and there's a lot of information, so you'll definitely want to read through it and to make sure you're not missing anything. But they've got some pretty cool stuff. I actually was pretty excited as I was reading through this, some of the different opportunities. And I think there's even some opportunities, like if maybe you're not able to make the city release, that you can do it through the Upland store.
Yeah, I haven't had time to like really think through all these new things. Like I said, I was reading it during a meeting, trying to multitask, and um, so again, we'll just sift through it. One thing I thought was really cool was the Sandbox and Paris. I guess Sandbox is headquarters is in Paris.
Is that in
Um,
real life too, or is that just in Upland?
no, that's in real life.
Okay, so I'm assuming then with that deal that Upland will have a section within the sandbox that will be available to us, maybe?
That I don't know. Um, but just the fact that we're, you know, cross crossing over the user bases there into Upland and stuff, I think is pretty cool. Um, I mean, Sandbox is just one of the first massive projects. I got a lot of eyeballs on it. Um, the I don't know if I'm saying this right, so I apologize. The Infants Rouges, I don't know how to say that. But this neighborhood right here, where the Sandbox has their HQ in real life, will be dropped to land and sand owners
Hmm.
following a joint design competition to create a unique architectural style for their upland home. This neighborhood will open at a later date. Um, so it's really cool to actually see a partnership. A couple things. A couple
So
things
does this
I've
mean
been bring.
land within sandbox, or does this mean for people that potentially owned sand token?
I don't know. I don't know what it means by land. So sand owners obviously is the people that hold, Sandbox.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's just the coin or land in Sandbox. I'm not sure. I don't know what land is, to be honest. I need to research that. I don't know if that's a different
Is that land in
metaverse.
sandbox? Because there's land in sandbox, and then sand is a token separate from the land, but
So
sand is
maybe that's
used
what.
by the land. If that makes
Okay,
any
maybe that's
sense
what.
at all?
No, maybe so. If you own land, because if you own land, it doesn't necessarily mean that you own their token, but and vice versa.
Right.
Because I had sand token, but I didn't have any land in
Sand
Sandbox.
land. Yeah.
Sand land.
So anybody just tuning in for the first time has no idea what the hell is going on right now. We're talking about sand and land and
Yeah. Um, yeah, crazy stuff. But what I've been talking about the last few months is you have these partnerships come in, and then you don't. There's a story for a few weeks, and then you just don't hear from them again. Um, Seeing BitGet purchase Treasure Island for 20 ETH, and then the partnership there, and then more announcements coming up in the actual partnership with the exchange. Um, I think that's a great follow through. Seeing the partnership with Sandbox and then seeing them a part of this city release and having their own space. Uh, this is good stuff to me. It shows like follow through with these partnerships, and they're big partnerships. Um,
yeah, that's not a small
so
purchase by any means.
um, so just to start seeing these partnerships actually grow and come into fruition is awesome. Uh, the property pre-sale, new mechanic coming into a city release, and I'm trying to wrap my head around if I totally like it yet or not, and might just have to like actually go through the process to see if um, see how it goes. But day one, we'll introduce. So Paris will open over the span of 2 days. Day one will introduce an exciting new feature, the Upland property pre-sale for the first time ever. 25% of the properties designated for the Paris City opening will be available for purchase directly from the store using UPX and USD. This is kind of crazy. These
Yeah.
properties will, and if I'm not mistaken, you don't have to be there to mint. You just buy it, and they end up in your wallet.
Yeah, that's kind of
Um,
cool.
I think that's pretty cool. Um, I think there's going to be definitely some people that that enjoy that. Maybe you can't make the city release, so you can't mint,
Yep.
right? Um, and it's still luck of the draw, um, so it's not like you get to go select your property, but um, I guess that's what you get for not being at the city release in person.
I like
But you
this.
still,
I think it's pretty cool because so many times because of like work schedules and stuff, I've missed openings.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I think, and then one of the gripes I know we're going to get into different parts of the world where the city opening is at 3 a.m. their time, and they can't wake up at 3 a.m. on a work day, or even a day off for that matter. But I wanted to throw in there too. They're because it is going to be pricey. Paris is, so they're opening Saint Denis, which is going to be a starter city, much cheaper properties. I guess kind of like what was what was that other one called that they opened up a starter city, Slough, I think.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that one. That's been
Yeah.
a little ways back.
Um. So here you can buy like I thought the prices weren't that bad. You're getting some lower priced properties, but 16,000 UPIX. So
Hmm.
you can actually buy these in UPIX. I think that's really cool. Um,
I like they
the
also did a section that is going to be cheaper priced, right? That I think this is the area that you're talking about, St. Denis.
well, I switched topics there, but this is not St. Denis. This is Paris.
Okay, got it. Got it.
So you, this is the pre-purchase property, the low price property. You can the each property is guaranteed to be worth at least the UPIX price of the bundle. So if you spend 16,000 UPIX on a pre-purchase, it's going to be at least 16,000 UPIX, which sounds like there's a chance that it could be worth even more,
More. Yeah.
um, which is pretty cool. You got the mid price at 48,000 UPIX. Um, okay, and you've got the high price at 83,000 UPIX. You've got a curated bundle. This grants three random Paris properties. The combined value is guaranteed to be at least the UPIX price with a chance of receiving properties with a higher total value. It's 95,000 UPIX. These are, I mean, I think we get desensitized to like UPIX stuff, like
Yeah.
prices over time. To me, it's not that crazy. A tier one, eventually a tier one city, 95,000 UPIX for three properties. That's about what I would expect after seeing DC, Tokyo, uh, other tier one cities. The deluxe bundle. Purchasing this item grants players three random Paris properties delivered upon purchase completion. This bundle includes a chance to receive one of three landmarks and one of 25 extra large properties. Landmarks: the National Theater of the Opera Comique.
Meek.
I'm just gonna quit there. Um, I don't have a. I'm not gonna be able to read those. So there's 99. It's $99 for these bundles, and so you're getting the chance to get those landmarks or extra large properties. Then the next day on Thursday, August 1st, you get to do the actual city release for the rest of the 75%. Here was a crazy part, I thought. Collections, bringing back a previous mechanic for revealing collections. Collections for
Hmm.
Paris and St. Denis will only be revealed after they have been fully minted out. So people aren't
Oh,
going to know.
until
You don't,
everything's minted.
not till everything, just that neighborhood.
Right. Right.
So you have to wait till that neighborhood is fully minted out to know how you did, which is
Interesting.
going to be really interesting. If it's not done by September 16th, which is the end of sizzle season, any collections not fully minted will be announced. So if it's not fully minted by September 16th, um,
Let's
then
see. Rodrigo had a question. I know he joined us for a little bit here. Which bundle will you be buying for Paris?
I am. contemplating the $99 one. I have some cash in my Tilia wallet that might be burning a hole in my pocket. I'm not sure.
I
And
think I'm
then
actually looking at all of them.
I'm not. I don't know.
Not sure about the
I'm not.
low priced one. I probably won't. Maybe
I
not even the mid. We'll see.
I don't have a ton of Upix right now, so I don't know if I want to actually participate in the release or just go with the bundles. With my Upix balance, I got to pick, so I'm not sure yet on that one. Maybe I'll do the deluxe bundle and then actually be there for the city opening. I kind of want a shot of one of those landmarks. I still don't have like a. I would love to have like a landmark eventually.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's pretty crazy on the collections. I think it's going to incentivize people to mint out more, especially if they think that they've done well with their collection. Almost done here. To make this launch even more exciting and accessible, players will be able to travel instantly to Paris during the week of the city release. Starting now, players can effortlessly explore Paris by clicking a button on the right side of the screen. So you have universal access. Teleportation to Paris will be available regardless of your Block Explorer's current location. The teleportation fee to get dropped in Paris is 1,500 Upix. One-way teleport, so it's just one way. You will have to travel your way back to wherever you came from.
Do you have to travel back or teleport back though?
No, so it's only one way, so you cannot teleport back. You can only teleport there, and then you're gonna have to pay the
Okay, so
travel
then you have
fees.
to travel. Okay, I was thinking you had to teleport and then teleport out too, but you can't. Got you.
No. However, you can now. I didn't realize this. Can you not use your car? Well, up to this point, you couldn't use your car in Europe because now they're making a big deal out of you will now be able to drive to and from Paris from anywhere in Europe, including Porto and the UK, using your Upland cars. So I didn't know if you couldn't use your car in Europe.
Yeah, I wasn't
I
aware of
don't,
that actually.
or maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just missing something there. The instant travel button will be removed on Friday, August 2nd. You got I'll skim through this because we've kind of been through this before. Those are pretty sick
I like those a lot.
passes right there. Might have to get one and keep one now after what they've done
Uh-huh.
to us. Unique building models. These are. I was um. I was not blown away by these, to be honest. I liked this one, this little yellow one over here.
Yeah.
Now all of these have like different start days, so I'm gonna be, especially with all of this new sparklet everybody's got. We do have cars in Europe too. Teleport has an option. Yeah, crypto worms.
That's a good point. I thought the same thing when I was reading it.
So I think they're just doing it. It's a brief window, so it'll go away August 2nd. That you can use it, and I think with all the hype around Paris and stuff, maybe they're just trying to make it easier for people to get there to mint just for the week. Um, so if you want
So
to save the Upix and
that brings up a point though with the teleporting. So it's going to be a temporary mechanic. So is it going to be something that rolls out at a later time? Is some kind of gamification within Upland? Maybe you do some tasks and you earn the ability to teleport.
I think that would be really. I think that would not be in Upland's best interest.
You're ruining my fun. I love teleporting. All the games I played where teleport was available, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was the coolest thing. It's like the beam
Um,
me up Scotty thing, right?
yeah. Uh, no, I just with all the man, they've pushed cars and planes and everything,
I know.
and so to add something that takes away that utility from those things, I think would really not be in their interest. So,
Private
but
airports, all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, oh, I can pay hundreds of dollars for this plane, or I can just teleport for
Mm-hmm.
1,500 Upix. Yeah, we'll see. Did everyone did everyone get Sparkler
Oh, so Maui said they do
yesterday?
have cars in Europe. I thought over in Norway they just traveled by snowshoes. I didn't know they had
And
cars over
llamas
there. Oh, they do have the van
too.
though, because they got that sporty van.
Beam me up, Ninja Scotty.
Yeah.
Um, the Scory, I got my Sparklet today. So yesterday there was bugs and issues. Lizette was posting, you know, they were aware of the issues, they were fixing it. So I got nothing yesterday. I did get my Sparklet today. I have been seeing people get their Sparklet at different times. So maybe they're just kind of doing different rollouts. So just keep checking today. Also, I'm not 100% sure, but I think today was just the people that had purchased Spark in the past. Um, there's going to be more drops to come. So I don't know if you ever purchased any Sparklet with USD scoring. That is not confirmed. Just what I have speculated on. Just seeing
Yeah, I
what
thought it
people
was going
have.
to be in phases, right? So Crypto Worm said he got 7K Sparklet.
Nice. So Crypto Warren, had you purchased some in USD in the past at any point? I purchased in USD years ago in the beginning, and maybe the most I ever bought at one point, at one time, was 0.25. I bought 0.1 and 0.05 a few times. I'm thinking I bought a Spark or or something like that. Maybe a little over a Spark over a year's time. Um, and then yes, I have earned a lot through treasure hunting, so I'm really hoping that that comes in handy. Okay, Rodrigo
Rodrigo
just
said, yeah, go ahead.
he just confirmed what I was saying. It's just people that purchased in USD. Same for me, Crypto Worm. Um, Boydern, maybe with the new influx of players, they want it easy for new players to mint in pairs. That could be the reason for. Yeah,
Mm,
that's kind of. I agree, Boydern.
could
Just,
be.
but it definitely would not be in their best interest to keep this going, in my opinion. All right, wrapping up this because we got some gripes to get to. You got the sweetener sales. We know how those work. Um, two two layers of uh, sweetener sales. So you got the 20,000, which is going to be most likely 20 USD, 50,000, 50 USD. It doesn't say that, but I'm just guessing it. And then terminals, Paris information. A quarter of Paris is being open, so there's going to be more releases in the future. 23,000 properties initially, 37 neighborhoods, starting off at a tier 3, eventually a tier 1. Minimum price, non-FSA, 5,544 UPIX. Man, if you can snag some of those, you'll be
Heck yeah.
able to resell those pretty quick. And then average price is 58,000. Uh, average price of Paris is 25% cheaper than London. That's interesting.
London was pretty expensive, especially, I mean, some of the areas we bought in, Hyde Park being one of them, was super expensive. And
Hmm.
then what was it? The other? Oh, Knightsbridge. Knightsbridge was pretty expensive too, but there were a lot of super expensive areas there in London.
Yeah. Yes, there were. That's crazy. Here's the launch pads, which, if they're pre-selling, and dumping them into people's wallets, I don't think you need the launch pads because the properties will already be minted over there, right? That was my thought when I saw this.
Hmm.
Because will already own property over there, and that those would be the launch pads, and then might be also an incentive to purchase some of those because you will get all the send fees from people sending to your properties. But
Yeah, for sure.
anyway, uh, not sure that that's how it's going to work. Those are all the landmarks. St. Denis information, one landmark there. Uh, Paris, the home of the 2024 Summer Olympics, is now at your fingertips.
That officially
Unique.
starts tomorrow, right? 26th, I think, of July.
I think you're right on that. Yeah, I love the Olympics. I absolutely, just growing up an athlete and stuff. I just appreciate, people's time and
So did you see
getting
one of the
cool.
new topics, or not topics, but one of the new competitions, the new things added this year?
I did not.
Breakdancing.
Are you serious?
For real, I had no idea. My wife was telling me, and I honestly thought she was joking, but it's for real.
So first, that's awesome. I do like that.
Do you know how to breakdance?
No,
When we
not at
get
all.
together next, we have to do a breakdancing contest.
Oh
We can
gosh.
pull out some cardboard refrigerator boxes, put them down on the ground. Have you,
I'm
you've
going to
never
get.
experienced that?
Oh, I mean, I'm not personally. I've seen people do it, but I'm going to have to get another hip replacement if I start breakdancing. Um,
That's what we used to do for fun, back when I was a kid. Those are the kinds of
yeah,
toys we had, cardboard boxes that we found and got from neighbors and then put them down on the ground, and that was entertainment for months.
you don't have any bald spots from spinning on your head or anything.
I don't. I'm sure I've got lots of burns on my shoulders. I wasn't very good at it, so
Oh, that's hilarious. Um, all right. So have we hit everything except for the grapes? We've covered Paris, covered some of the block explore stuff. Well, let's talk a quick minute on Sparklet. There's been a ton of debate. I know tonight in the property experts, they're going to go deep into it. Goldsmith has gotten deep into it. Ben 68 this morning, they went deep into it. Um, I haven't seen anything from More Cheese. I know YK 2012 has done some breakdowns. Ryan's Block did some. Bleh. So maybe just talk our thoughts and feelings on it, and then jump onto our gripes.
I'm
So
excited about the release. I really like the way it's laid out. Actually, it's different. We'll see how it works out. I do like the pre-purchase where you could register for that and possibly not even be at the release and be able to get a couple properties at least, schedule permitting. Um, I think it's pretty cool. And then the monuments too, because there's a lot coming with monuments. I think it's kind of neat.
now, what were your thoughts and feelings on Sparklet, though?
Uh, s- oh, on the release of it. So overall, I mean, I think it's a good thing. I know a lot of people were not happy with it not rolling out everywhere, and that's pretty typical of the crypto space. I mean, for how long could we not even buy stuff in the US? Thinking back early on, you had to jump through hoops to even be able to get an opportunity to do it. And which is interesting because the higher ups that make all those rules that govern us to be able to buy the stuff are already buying it. So there's loopholes. There are. Um, but so I wasn't surprised that it happened that way. To be honest, I didn't. The price where it came out, and me and you talked about this a little bit. Um, I think it is a good thing where the price came out because people like if you paid 46 cents, are you going to want to go out and sell it for 10 cents or wherever it came out? And Upland doesn't really have the choice, I don't think. I'm not exactly 100% sure, how the tokenomics work. So no, not advice, no financial advice or anything like that for me. But just from what we've been reading, they don't really have a choice on what that price comes out at. A lot of that has to do with the exchanges too, from what I was hearing.
Yeah. So first of all, number
I
number
think the
one,
only the only thing I'll add, and I'll let you go because I know you had researched this probably even a little bit more than me, maybe, is that I don't mind the price being lower because when I can purchase it, I'm going to pick it up at that rate because I know how much we use it for building and developing. And I think I look at it differently than a lot of people because I'm interested in it for building the economy and building for the future, where I know a lot of people maybe have a different mindset or a different thought in their head.
yeah. I'll start with first of all, there are workarounds. If you're in the U.S., there are ways to purchase it still. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Um, so if you're really crafty and and smart, maybe you can probably still figure out a way. Um,
It's a
second
three-letter
of all,
thing, right? Not like CPAs. It's different than CPA.
and then yeah, I had no intention of selling unless it just absolutely moons. I wasn't going to sell at 46 cents, which a lot of people speculated it to come out at. It did start at 14 cents. It looks like it's about 8.5 cents at the moment. Uh, I'm I just have a longer term vision. I have bigger ideas and plans than trying to get a few grand out of the game right now. I know that not everybody shares the same vision or opinions and that I do. I'm very aware of that, but that's just where I'm at personally. I'm totally fine with it. Um, and so I think I personally think if it came out at 46 cents that there would be a lot more sell pressure. Um, and so people wanting to cash out or get out of the game would be definitely, I think, getting their money back at 46 cents. But anyway, also, you know, maybe we get just like spoiled in the U.S. I don't know. We are a super small percentage of the world,
Hmm.
right? You know, and I don't know. I would love to know. I wish Upland would put out the statistics of users and where is the user base of Upland? You know, where is the vast majority of us? And I mean, just look at Genesis Week of people from all over the world. Um, there was what 250 of us there, and so many people from overseas, uh, South America, Africa, Europe, Canada. Like they were just from everywhere. So, um, and then also it's available on Uniswap. Yeah, just learn. I've used Uniswap before. Learn how to use Uniswap. Uh, we can all go use Uniswap.
Hmm.
So that's also there. Um, so yeah, I know some people are going to be upset. I hope people can understand the bigger picture, the longer term mindset. Um, hopefully, if you're in Upland, you know this is not a get rich today thing. It's not a get rich in 1 year thing. This is a long term project and mindset with it. So uh, anyway, that's where my mindset's at. I'm totally okay with it. I think this is great to get new players in the game and get eyeballs on Upland and Sparklet long term, not short term, long term.
Yep. And
So
kudos to Upland for being proactive with it, because they've been working on this process for a long time. They've been wanting to bring it to the exchanges. I mean, we just had Genesis Week, in June? And last year at June is when they were already talking about, doing this. And, it takes a lot of time. And, kudos to them for being proactive. And, they went ahead and they issued, Sparklet to all of the players that have been, putting in the time, doing treasure hunts, buying Spark and rewarded them. And I think that really goes to show that they want everybody to grow. That's the impression I'm getting. Because they could have just not done that, right? They could have just opened it up and done nothing. And I think it says a lot about the leadership of the team. And, obviously Dirk is so well versed in economics.
yeah, I even forgot about that. Like they are compensating those that have been accumulating, purchasing, earning Spark. They're compensating us, with more Sparklet. Like you said, they did not have to do that at all.
I was
And
happy when I got my Sparklet today, and, that was only the first drop.
yeah, we have 3 seasons of drops coming up.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think if people can namaste, take a deep breath, relax, breathe, have a little longer term vision. Um, you know, maybe if this is your main investment and you were hoping to make $1 million off this, or you got to pay your mortgage with it,
You didn't
yeah,
do your research.
I'd be flipping out. But that's definitely not the position put myself in. I'm trying to, you know, not have all my eggs in one basket and diversify and not invest in anything I'm not willing to lose. So, all right, let's.
All
Anything
right,
else
let's
to add
get all
on
this griping
that?
out of the way, and then I got some positive news we'll do at the end.
All right, cool. Everybody put in hashtag Sparklet. We're going to give away minimum of 5K epics. I got some map assets to give away. We'll give away a bunch of stuff. Um, but anyway, yeah, put hashtag Sparklet. With Sparklet, my opinion, a little more poor in real life, but much, much richer in Upland. Makes sense. LOL. Keep making my Sparklet. Yeah, I have no intentions of moving my Sparklet. You know, like I said,
Mhm.
unless it moons. You know, unless we're looking at like crazy bull market stuff. Um,
Hey, remember in the
it,
beginning, we weren't even allowed to move Sparklet. You know, that wasn't even an option. And
yeah,
now it is an option. Before it was just there, right? You couldn't do anything with it. If you wanted to move it out, you couldn't. So totally makes sense.
yeah, and the Sparklet that we have now is producing assets and producing, you know, ways to have income of USD and UPIX and stuff like that. So yeah, Sparklet is better in game, at least for us anyway. If you are using it in that way, so um,
Oh, did you already do a
awesome.
hashtag?
I did,
Oh,
I
I had a
did for
special one for today. That's all right. We'll do it on Sunday or Thursday next week. That's cool.
you sure?
Yep. Positive.
We can.
It's already in
Okay,
there.
my bad. Sorry.
I don't want to give the crowd things to gripe about. They got to put in extra hashtags now.
Now, Upland, if you're watching this stream, make sure you go watch last week's stream where we talked about everything we love about Upland. Okay, so we're not just a gripe session here only. We like to look at the good and the bad. So, but let's jump into some. Yes, crypto worm. Yes, yes, yes. Um, yeah, gripes. Let's start with some that people posted in the Discord and in the chat right now. Go ahead and post. Now we're keeping it respectful and we're also trying to keep it constructive. So I like to, you know, best if you have a problem. Some of the problems have obvious fixes. But if you have a problem, trying to provide a solution as well would be great. But jumping into the chat here.
With the hashtag Sparklet, we are going to do the spin wheel at the end. And our agreement was the other day, we're really trying to push live views and views in general and subscribes and likes. So definitely subscribe and like if you haven't. Really helps the algorithms of the video. But what we're going to do today is if we hit 25K, I'm sorry, not 25K. If we hit 25 people in the spin wheel, we're going to give away 25 UPIX on that spin wheel. For every one person that we go over the 25, we're going to add an additional 1,000 UPIX. So if we were at 30 people, it would be 30K UPIX. If it was at 100 people, it would be 100K UPIX. So go invite all your friends, and it does cap out at 100,000 UPIX. I need some UPIX for Paris.
Yeah, the timing of this giveaway is not great with Paris coming up, but
I know.
also I'm at my largest ever. Just side note, I've never gotten this far before. I have 193,000 UPIX in my earnings.
Oh, nice.
I've never made it past 100,000. So then I looks like I'm going to make it to about 200,000. And then I also forget where it caps out as an executive. I forget where at
I've
some
got
point it
mine up
stopped.
pretty high and I've never capped out yet. So I don't know what the number is, to be honest. I
I
guess I
was
never had
interested.
enough to cap it.
I was interested to know that. So all right, we can actually jump off that screen there.
Yeah, let me see.
Can we add the kiddos? They are forced to listen in the car. I'll, I'll send them a. Uh, well, we owe Laban a comic book, which is
We're just waiting for
actually,
the signatures on that one. I think we're almost there. We had to ship the book around a little bit.
yeah. And then maybe I'll throw a few extra things in there for the Maui. Um, dun, dun, dun.
There we go.
So let's. All right, gripe number 1 comes from Jimmy Jester, fixing the treasure hunting browser on PC. Yeah, I am in agreement with that one. I would
Me
like
too.
for I would like for that to happen. And in at first my thought was it's never coming back. In Vegas, I got a glimmer of hope that it's coming back. Um,
Shelley said
it,
it's coming back.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
It's
hoping.
still a
I absolutely hate doing it on the phone. It kills my eyes, to be honest with you.
oh yeah, it's definitely not optimal. So it's still a glimmer for me. I I I I'm still not like totally convinced that it's coming back, but
I
you know,
do treasure hunt 75% less, at least now.
I'm at least 50% less. I've picked it back up again this last 2 weeks, where I've been kind of maxing out my sends, um, but yeah, agreed, Jimmy. And I mean that's the solution. Bring it back. So in agreement with you there, I think that we would see a lot more treasure hunting. Picasso put the Nomad collections in their own tab instead of every other tab. Oh,
X1
agreed.
just chimed in.
X1?
Yeah.
Hey, X1.
Yeah.
We missed it too. Stay tuned. Oh, hey,
Awesome.
people.
I
Awesome.
know X1's a gamer at heart too, so he wants that back, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And he wants to hear
I'll,
people stop griping.
X1, make sure you go watch the stream from last week where we talked about everything we love about Upland
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
So we're hitting both sides. And we're trying to be constructive about it as well. Let's bring it back to the Upland screen.
Upland screen. Oh, share. Okay. Go back there.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. There we go.
So Picasso,
That was almost
yeah.
seamless.
So you go to collections, and so I'm in San Francisco right now. So you got these Nomad collections that show up. So in San Francisco, and then I go to, let's just say Chicago. They're all still there. So they're in every single city collection. And that gets a little annoying to sift through every time you're trying to do collections. So yeah, I agree that that would be nice to kind of just have its own little section and take it out of all the other cities. I agree with that one.
Yep. Me too.
I'd say that's pretty low on my list, but um, but yeah, let's throw that one in there. Um, yeah. So let's see, what's the next one? Laban, search functions here and there and everywhere. Yep. Simplified method for choosing the correct properties for collections. That I think is kind of with the search functions, more functionality for Sparklet. Um, okay, and recently I never saw too much the problem with like finding your properties until recently when those shoot, what collections were they?
The last ones that came out,
Yeah,
I actually have
the
to go in and do mine still because I couldn't find the right properties that I wanted in there. So I kind of put it to the side.
was it actually the Nomads or
Whatever the
the
very last one was, I can't remember the name of it.
well, you got the World Traveler as well.
Oh, it might have
Um,
been that one. I can't remember.
well, that one came out with, I think it was the Nomads, but or the European and South American ones,
Hmm.
like whatever ones came out recently. Oh my gosh, that was to fill out 4 collections took me well over an hour, because I was trying to get them, and they're not even optimized perfectly.
Hmm.
So that was really frustrating. I will admit that. So yeah, that would be super helpful. So like basically go to fill a collection. Okay, edit collection. I don't have any right here. A search bar right here,
Be perfect.
and I can type in the property and then boom, it just pops up like that. That would be a game changer right there. Um, all right, that's a pretty common one. It's brought up a lot. If you're just joining us, hashtag Sparklet for the spin wheel at the end. We're giving away some
And
map assets.
map assets, and we're not sure how much UPIX yet, so it depends on how many people are in it, but we're shooting for 100, so go invite all your friends, bring them on.
At least 5K, minimum 5K.
Yeah.
Upix. I'm gonna go back to Swirlies here in just a minute. Let's go to Wolf Warner's. Correct the iOS interface issue to prevent the constant white screen crashes on iPhone. I don't have an iPhone, so I've never experienced this. Have you? You have
I
iPhone, right?
do every day. It's a pain.
Is it? Do you
Yeah.
get
And
the crashes like that?
I do. I get the crashes. It is a pain. You know, when it's worst is actually when I'm on my phone, and I think Iceman just brought this up too. When I'm moving assets, that's when it's the worst. So I'll go into, like the
Mm.
factory to move them over to a showroom or move them somewhere, and it crashes all the time. And it takes so much time just to move, 5 assets. And, that brings up the point Iceman was saying about, when you're selling map assets, being able to move more than one at a time. If there was a way to do that, that would be pretty cool
Yeah, that would be. I wonder though if like with the different
because they're
specu
different, like I guess NFTs technically. I guess it is a little bit harder. So I'm sure there's a way that it can be done.
well, like Upixland, uh, they are selling bundles of like block explorers and stuff,
Hmm.
and FIFA legits and stuff. So I mean, I I tested it out. I went and bought like some burner legits. I bought like
Hmm.
a bundle of like 3 or 5 burner legits
Hmm.
for like 1,000 Upix, and they just showed up in my wallet. So I mean, there's a way. Um, those are not 3D assets in game. That might cause some more complications, um, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that, Wolf Warner, but agreed that that is something to work on. Swarley has an idea to make the ornament challenges into an actual competition that benefited people for the full upland efforts. Um, he says there's still some errors in the proof of concept, but what is there any more in chat? He sent me actually a document, but I don't know if he wants everybody to see it.
Is Swarley
Swirly,
on?
Swirly, if you're on, can I just show this document? I'm looking at it right now. You have like a structure multiplier. Okay, so let's look at a small townhouse. Excuse me. Um, he's got it so that if it's in a standard collection, you get like a 2x multiplier. If it's in the purple collection, it's a 4x multiplier,
Mm.
or maybe like, okay, points earned, I'm sorry. So 2 points for a small townhouse in a standard collection. 4 points for the purple, 6 for the yellow, 8 for the red, 10 for the yellow, ultra rare. And then you have like an apartment. This is probably where he's talking about like the balancing of the points
Hmm.
and stuff are probably not like perfect, but 10 points for an apartment building in a standard collection, 20, 30, 40, 50, moving up the rare collections. That's pretty cool. That would like really incentivize me to build in those rare collections and want to buy rare collections to get more points for the.
Hmm.
So that would bring more utility to the structures,
Yep.
with them bringing more value, and the collections, actually, the rare collections. So um, I won't share that just in case I didn't see him in chat. Um,
Swirly might be sleeping. I'm not sure what time it is over there. Could be sleeping or
so
working, one of the two, right?
I fell asleep early last night, and then but I woke up at 4 a.m. or something like that, and I was actually able to catch their show live, which I never get to do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I actually watched it live. Um, all right, so bringing more utility to that sounds awesome. Uh, and then I wrote down one in here, in-game leaderboards. Um, I think that just, having to go to another site. I've been doing this a long time, and sometimes I get lost on where to go and where to search. And newbies coming in uh, are going to get lost. So I think having those in-game leaderboards. I think they did talk about bringing those in by Genesis Week, and haven't quite seen that yet. Um, Along with that, seeing your gamified earnings standings, in game, not in a secondary leaderboard. Um, So I know it's been talked about, I know it's been thrown around, but to me, I think that would be the more you can keep people in game, the better, in
Hmm.
my opinion. Not having to go to secondary sources. Um, yeah. All right. What else you got? You got any personal ones?
No, I think most of mine were kind of hit. I agreed with a couple of them. The map assets, that was going to be the one I was going to bring up, was just being able to move more than one at a time. And I know that's been said before. But that as as I'm moving more stuff around from factories to showrooms now, and I know for some of the future things that we've got planned and are coming up pretty quick, it would be a lot easier to be able to move assets and like bundles. It would just make it would be life changing, especially when you're doing it from the phone, because I have the same issue like Wolf Warner, where the iPhone is constantly crashing. So I don't know if that's a iPhone thing or if it's an app thing with Upland in conjunction with Apple products or what it is. But boy, it is frustrating for sure.
I'm getting this spin wheel ready. If anybody's got any
How many
last
have we
minute,
got on there?
we have not hit the 25 yet, so we can, if we don't hit that today, we can keep that as a goal
Okay.
um, moving forward. I know we hit 12 or 13 at one point. We've hit 25 before. Uh, Maybe people are just busy.
Picasso says we don't need a get UpX button and a store button. The two buttons could take you to the same place.
Get up it. Hang on, I'm going to look into that one.
Because up at the top, there are two buttons, right?
I'm getting this spin wheel together.
Well, while
And
you're doing
actually,
that, I've got, so kind of we'll get away from the griping a little bit. And we got some fun stuff coming up. I know some of you guys have seen a previous show we've done a while back with Gen X Jono. And really, really fun guys, a fellow Gen Xer like me. So we're in the older crew. And we had him on and we did some trivia with some of the OGs. I think TML, Too Stupid to Win, Dak, Mass Chef. Who else was on there? Shaq Dylan, maybe More Cheese was on that one as well. And we had a great time doing trivia with him. And I've known him for several years. We kind of grew up in the same area and we actually never met each other until we both moved to the South, had no linking when we lived in the Buffalo area. And we knew a lot of the same people though. So we're going to be doing this really cool event coming up in August. And I'll pull up, you may have seen this in the intro. It's called Back to the 716. So it's going to be a Gen X thing, and we're going to be doing kind of a documentary in Buffalo. And we're going to be going back to Buffalo, New York, Niagara Falls area. And we're going to take a look and revisit the area and see the differences of the 90s, to 2024 and see what things are still there as far as like restaurants, bars and clubs and stuff like that. And then also, not only that stuff, but we're also going to be visiting a bunch of martial arts schools too, and meeting with Gen Xers that are doing martial arts and teaching and sharing the arts. So super excited about that. It's going to be a great event. And I know we're going to have Gen X Jono on soon, and I believe we're going to be doing a show with him. He's got a pretty big following and is just a super fun guy, has a ton of knowledge on all of the generations, really. He's just from Gen X, so that's kind of what he's focused on. So definitely watch out for that. We'll have more details coming up on that event, and I'm super excited about it. And We're going to be doing a lot of live streaming from the different events and things that we do. So you definitely don't want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's really cool and sounds like a lot of fun. Even though I'm not Gen X, I'm only one generation away from you.
Yeah,
But
you're millennial,
yeah,
I
I'm a
think.
millennial. Yep. Um, and but I trying to work it out to where I can tag along on that. That would be a blast.
So I did find out, kind of getting into football mode already. Everybody knows I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. And ironically, the exact weekend that we're going up for this event, the Carolina Panthers from Charlotte are playing in Buffalo, which was a surprise. My wife actually saw that online, and it's a preseason game, so it's not an actual game. But would love to take in a game while I'm there. So that would be pretty cool too if we could sneak that into the framework of that event. So I'm super pumped about it. And I know you've met Gen X on our channel. He's just a really fun guy. I think you met him once here. I think we had lunch
I
over
did.
at one of the places where he is, and super nice guy. And one thing that I like about his Gen X show that's a little bit different than some of the other ones is there's not like he has fun. There's not like this rivalry with the other generations. I've been seeing a lot of like Gen X versus Gen Z, and the bantering back and forth. And he actually goes out and he interviews people that are like in the different like the millennials and the Gen X, and they'll do like fun trivia back and forth. And he has a lot of fun with it, and very inclusive. And I really like that about him. He's just a fun person. So we hit it off really well. I remember the first night I met him, we had actually just started moving into our new house, probably about, I guess, 10 years ago now. And he was bartending at a restaurant. And I had got off work and there was some UFC fights going on. And I go to this establishment and I'm watching, I walk in to watch, and I had sat down and got a drink, and he said, "Oh, we're getting ready to close." I was like, "Oh man, there was a good fight coming on." I think it was like Uriah Faber or someone was fighting that night. Really wanted to see it. It had been a long day. And man, he stayed open longer and let me watch that fight.
Oh, nice.
And that was the coolest thing. And that was awesome. That was the first day I met him, and first impressions, right? And that was a good one. And it's been history since we've been communicating. And we unfortunately don't get to go out and do fun stuff. We were just talking about that last night briefly, that we don't get out and do fun stuff together. We see each other here and there. So this trip's going to be really exciting. He's just a fun person, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So.
Well, yeah. So you guys tune into that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm sure, getting some good. We'll probably share his. He's got a crazy social media following.
Oh, he does. Yeah. Yeah. It's
So we'll
funny
probably
because I was
share.
on one of his shows. I was watching one of his shows the other night I think it was on YouTube. And there were people on his stream that I knew from high school in Buffalo, New York, that lived like 2 streets away. You see the familiar names, and it was crazy the amount of people he knows through all the Gen X stuff. And there's a lot of other groups in there too. There's a lot of Gen Zs that watch him, pretty consistently, and millennials as well. So it's pretty cool. It's a good crowd, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll share his socials and stuff in our Discord, so you guys can follow along if you'd like to. Um, Last chance to get on the spin wheel. Hashtag Sparklet. I've got Crypto Worm, Iceman, Laban, Scory, Jimmy Jester, Maui, Picasso, Rodrigo, Six Wicks, and Boydern. If I missed you, let me know. Or if you missed that, make sure you hashtag Sparklet to get in. Um, got about 1 minute left to get in on that. And then just so everybody's comments get out there, just a couple last minute gripes. Um, the properties nearby search needs to be searched USD or UPIX. Yeah, can you go to Upland real quick? Oh shoot, hang on. Okay, all right, we're good. Hang on. What do you see now?
I see the globe,
Okay, do you see
Upland
Upland? I
globe. Yep.
I messed up my tab somehow. Um, yeah, so I'm in San Francisco right now doing some treasure hunt. And
Actually, I got to fly back over to San Fran. I'm still in Brazil. I just put in for that new showroom over there.
mm,
So excited to get that. Hopefully, we'll get that soon.
so right here you have a sort by price. So in that little tab right there, USD and UPX, that would be a
Hmm.
nice little, that would be a little nice addition right there.
Oh, yeah, that
Because
would be huge.
yeah, because now I know the San Francisco market very well. It's typically where I'm, flipping some properties. So I just know it's usually around 18 or 19,000 UPX. So I just scroll really quick.
Sometimes you'll miss one because you go down to where
Sometimes
you think, yeah.
sometimes you'll miss. This is what it takes to see the floor, unless you're using UPX land. But sometimes just lazy. Jimmy Jester's got the floor at 18,000 UPX. And obviously, this is what's going to happen over the next week. The floors are going to drop. People are going to be trying to get UPX into the game. They're going to be selling stuff. And so, dang it, Jimmy. I just adjusted my prices to the floor a little above that. So, in like the 19 range. But Jimmy undercut me. No, I'll leave him. I'm not in a rush to sell a bunch of properties or anything.
KO, did you get
But
Scory on the wheel? Was he on there?
I did. I did. Um, all right, let's bring it back to. Oh, I don't know what I did. Okay, and then the ability to search props inside your collection cards would be an amazing life improvement.
Yeah, I think we
Yes,
talked about that one earlier. Yeah.
yes. All right, let's go to the spin wheel. Unless you you got anything else?
Maui said for sure that's an iPhone thing with the crashes.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't
I'm
have
hearing
anything
more.
else as gripes. I kind of moved on from the griping onto the fun stuff.
I didn't know if you had anything else, any other fun stuff, or any other announcements.
That's a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, we got more fun stuff coming. I just cannot, I've been sworn to secrecy on a lot of it by KO. So
Um, hang on, let me do a last minute check. I'm waiting on something to get approved.
if you guys haven't seen in a lot of our social media, we did put out, I think it was last week, a time lapse of some of our artwork for the cover of our magazine. If you haven't seen that, that was a really cool piece. Definitely check that out. Let us know what you think of it. We'll be having more of those coming.
Yes, and the Discord and the social media links. That's where you can check those out. And let's go Wheel of Names. All right. Let's do the 5K UPX first. And then Laban has got some map assets. So the gravestones. So we'll give away a gravestone today. And let me check really fast. I think I've got one more well. Let me double check.
And how's your guys' weather out that way?
It's been just kind of gloomy the last few days.
We got some crazy weather right now. I'm surprised we haven't lost power yet.
You know what? Let's give away a Swirly fountain.
Oh, cool.
Swirly's Shenanigans Fountain. So we'll give away 3 prizes today, 5,000 UPX. Didn't quite hit our 25-person goal, so we'll keep that as a goal for the future. 5K, we'll do 5K UPX, then we'll do Laban's gravestone, and then we'll do Swirly's fountain. Let me shuffle. All right, here we go. 5K UPX. Oh, it's between Maui and 6 Wicks. Maui's back on top.
Maui. It's been a while.
It's been a long time coming. Congrats there, Maui. Hopefully you can use that for a Paris property. Laban, thank you, Laban, for your donations here. Looks like it's going to Mr. Jimmy.
Jimmy Jester.
Jimmy Jester for, if you'll go, actually, Hang on. I'll tell you guys which mint numbers in just a second. And the Swirly Shenanigans fountain. I can't wait. He's doing some more work in Blender.
Picasso.
Nice, Picasso. Well earned, well earned. Congrats. Let me go. Hold up. Jimmy won the gravestone, right?
Yep. Who do we got left? How many have we got left there?
That's it.
I'm going to roll one more dice here since we didn't get to do a race or we didn't do a any kind of racing today. A lot of
Hey,
information to get out. So,
all right, 1 second, real quick.
Mhm.
Jimmy, if you'll do mint 126 gravestone cross in my wallet. Send me a burner. And Picasso, if you'll do mint 151, send me a trade offer for that as well. All right, what you got?
all right, we'll do a dice roll. How about that? And we'll give away one more spin wheel. So I've got what's in front of me? I got a 6-sided dice in front of me. So that's what we're going to go with. Get this thing plugged up here. Hold on. Sorry, technical difficulties. At least we didn't lose our audio today. We were doing really good.
Don't. We're not done yet.
Right. All right, let me see.
While you're doing that, Rodrigo, I just saw there's like a full mini golf set of map assets. I'm a big
Ooh.
golfer. I love golf, so I want to go take a look at those. I think those are pretty cool.
All right, let me get my dice here. All right, we're going to roll this dice, and this would be the next giveaway. So we're going to roll a 6-sided dice. And it is a 6. Holy cow. All right, 6K UpX for the next spin wheel.
Right now?
Yep, let's do it.
Oh, snap.
You didn't take the
Throwing it
wheel
up.
down, did you? Hold on, let me put it back up.
I did not.
There we
I
go.
did remove the 3 winners already. Do you want me to
Yep,
keep them off?
that's how it was supposed to be.
All right.
Yep.
So
this goes for the ones that are left.
6K UpX.
6K UpX.
One more shot. Dun, dun. Oh.
And
Oh my gosh, that was so close.
just past the crypto one.
The Norwegians almost stole all of our UpX.
All right, so crypto worm for the 6K optics. And is that screen name the same in game?
Yes,
I believe. Okay.
99% sure.
Yeah.
All right. So that was a really good idea, Rock, with the golf course. That was really cool.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out. We could actually put a golf course in Hyde Park with that setup. We have a beautiful piece of property over in actually right on the main strip on Hyde Park Boulevard. We've got that huge long property there. I have.
Yeah, the assets are pretty big.
Are they?
It might to get 9 of them on there or something might be pretty tough.
Might have to do a par 3.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I know I got a full day ahead. You got anything else before we wrap up?
No, just a big day ahead. Hopefully some of this weather dies out a little bit. I'm glad the grass and the flowers and trees have all gotten lots of water consistently this week. It's definitely helped on the water bill. So hopefully it'll dry out enough that I can actually cut the grass so it doesn't look bad. So
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, and thanks. It was a special treat to have X1 in there today. Appreciate that.
yeah, thanks for joining in, X1. That was awesome, and thanks for the feedback too. We appreciate it. I think nothing else we have for this Sunday. We're going to try to live stream. I know KO, you're doing some traveling. So he'll be traveling back, and then I've got some stuff going on for the birthday, and so we'll definitely try to get on and do something fun.
Yeah,
So
stay tuned. I don't know if it'll be our regular time, but we'll see.
yeah, definitely, and we'll have more details coming. We've got, like we said, we changed the Discord around, so jump in there if you can and just kind of refamiliarate yourself with it. Things did move around a little bit, but I think it's going to be a lot more functional and it's going to be a lot easier to use for sure. So,
All right,
all
guys,
right.
have an awesome day, and we'll catch up with you guys later.
All right. Have a good Thursday, everyone. We'll see you at the next one.